Nobody cares when a man finds his woman under a bridge. No one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares. And I frankly don't care if that's who you love. That's who you love. Why do we have to deal with that? Yeah. I feel like that's the weird thing about powerful women, what we're left with. So I'm supposed to find love, but he's got to have a certain amount of money. And then, but at the same time, I got to still be like...
Welcome to another episode of Self-Checkout. I'm your humble and gracious host, Check. This is a male-dominant space for social awareness, relationships, and overall shit-talking. Today's video comes from Keke Palmer. And, can you ever really get enough? Maybe sometimes. And of course, every video that I review online has to be deemed either trolling or staged until proven otherwise, simply because people get online and say absolutely anything. Now, I don't foresee that being an issue in this video, but hey, you never know. Before we get started, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. That way you can help the channel grow. And every time we drop a video, you get first dibs. With that being said, let's get into it.
Nobody cares when a man finds his woman under a bridge.
No, I live for Stedman, but you know that Stedman has for many decades been the butt of jokes.
Yeah, because of gender rules.
Yes.
People feel like because she's Oprah Winfrey, who did y'all want her to be with, Barack Obama? That doesn't make sense, guys. I mean, I feel like that's the weird thing about powerful women, what we're left with. So I'm supposed to find love, but he's got to have a certain amount of money, and then, but at the same time, I got to still be like... Guys, what's going on here? Why am I... Nobody cares when a man finds his woman under a bridge.
No one cares.
No one cares. And I frankly don't care if that's who you love. That's who you love. Why do we have to deal with that? That to me makes no sense. I ain't never... Look, let
me stop it really quickly. I think what Keke's experiencing is the effects of the rules that her counterparts have set for her. Because that's the rule. If you are a woman and let's say you make $150,000 a year, you cannot date a man that makes less. You can't. He has to make either the same thing as you or more. And if he doesn't, then you got this Oprah Winfrey and Stedman situation where it looks like Stedman is just mooching off of Oprah. When Stedman really got his own shit, he just don't make as much money as Oprah. When it comes to the dynamic of a man and a woman, your best bet is to understand that, especially from a financial standpoint, whoever makes the most puts out the most. That's just what it is. So if my wife is a millionaire and I make $300,000 a year, you think I'm paying all the bills? That makes sense to y'all? That makes zero sense. And no, that doesn't take away from me as a man, and it shouldn't take away from her as a woman. Now, neither one of us should be abusing our power in any way, shape, or form, but these gender rules that have been set by society make no fucking sense. And I understand her frustration where it's like, this is getting so out of hand, it doesn't even make sense anymore. Oprah can't get with Obama. It's not, she can't be Michelle. Oprah's with Stedman. That's who her person is. Stedman doesn't even make a quarter of what Oprah makes. That doesn't make him less of a man. That doesn't make him a moocher. They do what works for them. Why can't we allow that to flourish in the way it needs to flourish? Why does it have to fit within these confines of like, oh, because he's a man, he has to make more? I would advise men to make more for sure. Get on your grind, do your thing. But if you run into a situation like a Keke Palmer, like a Oprah, more often than not, you are not going to catch that train. These women are in a certain tax bracket that's just, it's out of reach, especially if you're just a normal person. But let's continue.
My daddy told me a man needs to treat you right.
Yes.
He needs to handle and service you in whatever way you need service. Let me tell you one thing that Keke don't need. Money. From nobody. Now, if you want to give a little something and get my nails done, something cute,
but
I'm
shouldn't
fine
they
with
do
it.
that? But shouldn't they make that effort, Keke?
But you might still look like Stedman to the world, and that's a great role.
And that's a great role.
Because if I was married to, I was with Oprah Winfrey, shit.
Right. You just be sitting up there waiting.
Chillin'.
Yeah,
and Stedman, by the way, Stedman's esteemed.
Yeah.
Stedman has a whole career. He's just not Oprah.
Yeah.
So the fact that how dare people compare you to your lover?
Yeah.
I hate that Oprah had to endure that.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that she had to endure that.
It's
and I
true.
hate that Stedman had to endure that. And that's why I said what I said, because you had a good role. You were supposed to be my Stedman.
Yes.
Come on.
He was.
When I played that for my dad said, yeah, because why did he want to be Stedman?
We're going to stop it right there. That was a quick one. I agree with Keke 100% because there was no reason why they had to pin them against each other. There's no need. They're happy. Oprah makes Lord knows how much money. Stedman makes a little something on the side. If Oprah want to pay for everything, allow her to pay for everything. I'm all for gender roles when it actually makes sense. If you are in a situation where it's an Oprah and Stedman situation, bro, you think I'm going to be trying to work to get to Oprah's level for what? For what? Am I going to have something for myself? For sure. Which Stedman has. He has his own career. He just don't make Oprah money. But if my wife is Oprah, yo, I'm going to do what I need to do just in case she decided, hey, I don't want to fuck with you no more, then cool. I can go on my own and live comfortably. But outside of that, I'm not doing anything crazy to make money. For what? My wife is Oprah. Given they're not married, but still. My wife is Oprah. I'm not going the extra mile when I don't have to. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to extend myself in a way that is just simply to appease to the masses, just to make people feel like, oh yeah, he's a man. Nah, y'all can miss me with that shit. Y'all can miss me with it. That shit don't work no more. The moral of the story is, get a woman that understands the money don't separate who you are to her. Y'all keep the change.